Good morning, YouTuber subscribers and friends alike. It's Grant coming at you from Altoona, Iowa. It's just outside of Des Moines. I drove 530 miles roughly or something last night. Yesterday, and I'm gonna try and average that every day. And I have 3 more nights in the van, and then I deliver in California. But I'm gonna try to drive to Sydney, Nebraska. I'm kind of tired tonight, which is the 530 roughly, and then Salt Lake City, Utah the next day, and then Truckee, California the next day, and then I'm gonna drive that 136 miles from Truckee, California to the delivery point in San Francisco on Wednesday, and hopefully deliver this Wednesday evening or afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, give or take. It's okay, but excuse me, as you can see, I'm pretty tired from last night. There's upsides and downsides to driving a van. If I take a step van in the future, I'm only gonna do it on a 500 or 600 mile run one day. Driving this for one day is fine, but doing this for 4 days, I'm not doing that again. It don't pay enough either. I've been averaging 7 miles to the gallon, the thing says, and when you add up the actual miles that I'm getting for the money that I'm putting in it, it's about right. 7 miles to the gallon is all I get. And overall, it's going to eat a lot of the profit. At the end of everything said and done, I think I'm going to make about $500 after transportation costs back home, or back to Indiana, And so the whole trip's completed. I would make maybe $500 for my trip. So the only other good news is that everything past Cheyenne, Wyoming on I-80. I have not driven that section of I-80 before. I've been on a bus through there, but I've never driven it myself. So that'll be good. It's new road technically for driving, and a lot of California through that section I haven't seen. The more and more I drive this, though, it acts like a big sailboat. Pretty much every time a truck goes by, it sucks it in and back out and everything. You gotta have 2 hands on the wheels when the trucks go by you, when the full ones go by you, and you can definitely tell when a full semi goes by you versus when an empty semi goes by you. You can tell the difference in the weight. But man, the maximum we can drive any vehicle for the company is 65 miles an hour. The maximum you want to drive it is 60. 59 and 60 mile an hour tend to be the sweet spot for this van in terms of mileage. Slept there last night, but it's kind of colder back here, I think, because of the ceiling than in front, which is weird. But you can tell a few degrees colder back here than in front. So if I were to live in something like this, I would immediately have to switch the ceiling out and insulate the hell out of it and soundproof the hell out of it. And even then, you'd have to fix the suspension, because the suspension, every time you move the whole thing, you can feel it. You can move the whole van with just wiggling my feet like that. So I would definitely have to put different kinds of struts or something on the back of this to be able to live in it if I wanted to, live in something like this full time. I would definitely consider doing it in terms of the space if I was going to live locally someplace in the same town. Say if I was decided to set up shop in Rapid City, South Dakota or something, and decide to live there the entire time like my friend did in his van, then this would be great for space. I would probably keep the one side of shelves and then tear this other side of shelves out and put a bathroom and kitchen and whatever else you want to put in here. Yeah. That's the way I would do it if I was actually going to live in something like this. I have a newfound respect for UPS and FedEx drivers. Just the driving this all day is taxing, let alone having to unload and load your packages and stuff. I'm sorry, but you couldn't pay me enough money in the world to do that job. There's no way. Physically, with all these packages and everything, and then having to drive this on top of it. Local, even with just being local. It's okay. I'm not making it trying to say it's bad. It's just not really built to drive a thing across country. To deliver it, because it's a little work. It's like trying to drive a tractor farming, I'm used to that and whatnot, so I can do it. In terms of this or a Class B, we drive down the road with a Class B with all the safety features and stuff like that. You only have to have one hand on the wheel and wouldn't have to say hardly pay attention, but you know what I mean. With this thing, you gotta pay attention. Every time a truck goes by, you gotta pay attention. Every time you go over a hill, you gotta pay attention in case the wind comes and gets you. Every time you go under an overpass, same thing. The wind will come at you. So it's very interesting to drive based on that. Yeah, even a semi is a little bit less all of the road than this is. And then of course the road itself too, every time you hit a puddle or anything, and if the road's not totally smooth, this whole thing just jerks all over the place because it's got like loose steering. The front two wheels are loose, and then you got the rear wind's rear wheel drive, and I haven't driven a rear wheel drive in a vehicle in a while, but you catch on real quick. That's rear wheel drive when the ass end, lifts up and it comes off the ground a little, a little bit. You can feel it when trucks go by and stuff like that. I lose control of the ass end of it a little bit. It's not bad to drive. I can do it. I just, in the future, I'm not going to take something like this all the way across the country. It's not worth it. It doesn't pay enough to do it, and just the drive itself doesn't. I would do it for a day, take it someplace 500 miles for a day, drop it off the next day after staying in it one night, and then fly back. That I'd have no problem with, doing it once every now and then. If I didn't do it continuously. But I'm already tired of driving it after one day, and I've got 3 more days to do it. And then, like I say, in terms of staying in it overnight, unless the temperature is nice outside. Last night was 40 degrees. It wasn't bad. I didn't sleep in bag. But this thing is metal, and it doesn't have much for insulation. And so I'm kind of tired, but I thought I'd make a quick video for you. I'll get it uploaded sometime here soon. That's just the plan. I'm going to go to Sydney, Nebraska, then Salt Lake City, then Truckee, California, and then I'll finally deliver in San Francisco. So, like and subscribe, leave comments, and we'll catch you in the flip. Peace.